Morning, Sally. How are you?
Good
Still
morning, Harry. Yes, I'm keeping calm and carrying on. That's what I'm
very
doing.
good. I would expect nothing else. Still going to the gym?
Well, Jim's out the back. Lucky me. Lucky me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
and I work online so a lot of the time. So not much has really changed for me. How about for you?
Um, I've quite a few of my clients have gone into self-isolation,
Hmm.
so they're not coming to the clinic. This week will be kind of a watershed for me, and I'll find out what kind of demand I've got for what I offer face to face.
Hmm.
I'll have a lot more spare time, and we'll use that productively for something. I don't know what yet.
I know. I'm actually quietly excited. I'm cherishing this time, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest. It's just, there's so much craziness going on. And today we entitled Calm or Crazy
Yeah.
all around the environment.
So I know you don't watch much TV, but one of the programs I think that is awesome on Australian television is a program on ABC called Q&A, which is
Hmm.
on Monday night. Last night they had the health people on, and
Yep.
one of them is Norman Swan, who's a health, he's a GP and he's a doctor anyway, and he's the health spokesman on the ABC, if you like.
Hmm.
And he made some really interesting points last night. One is that the testing and tracing regime in Australia is inadequate.
Right.
So his view is, and he's a very informed man in the medical area, that we're testing the wrong people and we're not tracing adequately.
Mm.
So, for instance, there was a cruise ship that docked in Sydney last week. They were all allowed to disembark without any observation by anybody. I think there are now 40 or 50 cases from that ship.
Oh,
It's spread out through the community. So there was no testing at the dock, nothing like that. No
whoa,
temperatures taken, nothing. Um,
whoa.
so there's certainly mistakes being made. And Dr. Swan's point is that looking at what's happened overseas and looking at where we are, we're still early. Given that we've got inadequate testing, not enough test kits, and they're being allocated in his view in not the most sensible manner. So we don't know what the true infection rate is. We don't know who's infected. We're not tracing adequately those that are infected,
Mm.
in his view. So given that, the only thing that anybody can do individually to limit the spread and to protect themselves is social distancing.
Mm.
That is all you can do.
Right.
And that's all we can do individually, is to reduce our own risk and reduce the social risk.
Yeah.
So for anybody that's, watching this, it's really important to keep 1.5 meters apart. So if you're going out, my advice, the best advice I have from this is advice to medical staff in Queensland, is if you're going out, avoid crowds.
Yep.
Stay 1.5 meters away. Wash your hands frequently and don't touch your face,
Oh.
which is really hard. It's so hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
It's
super
so hard.
scary. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when you come home from being outside, take your shoes off at the front door,
Right.
change your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And the advice to health workers is then take all your clothes off
Mm.
and put them in the wash
Mm-hmm.
and change your clothes. So that's a lot more work out on the washing machine. And in Melbourne, where it rains and is damp, you might need to use the dryer a bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Often.
So that's it. Again, like I said last week, prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
I was just about to say this is a carry on from last week. It's about mitigating the risk. So
I've just touched my nose. You see, it's so hard.
well, I was leaning on my hand, so it's just little
Yeah.
things that we just have to. There we go. Can't lean on myself. Um.
And my model is, first of all, keep calm. You're not going to make good decisions if you're not calm. You have to be in a place of calm. If you're not there, get into a place of calm. Talk to somebody, find somebody who can reduce your level of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And then carry out the safe habits that I've just talked about. And if you can pull your kids out of school, pull them out of school. That's
Yep.
what all the education departments are saying. If you can't pull them out of school because you're doing something, you're in an essential service, then leave them at school and the school will look after them. That's
Mm.
fine. There'll be fewer kids at school, so that's a safe place to leave them. And then catch new opportunities. This disruption gives us many new opportunities, and each one of us need to look out for that. Yeah, so that's kind of my model. You can choose to be calm or crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And my whole thing today was just focusing on the mental side of just staying calm and staying positive, staying grateful. And I did a calm model, but I just want to get back on your point about catching new opportunities. I think this is a really perfect time, forced isolation, whatever, is to, regroup, reset, rebalance, rethink about a lot of stuff and what's really important in life and what you really want, and really think about your purpose and think about what you're passionate about, and your skills and aligning all of that. It's a really good time to just stop, pause and reflect, and then think about lots and lots of stuff. I'm really excited to clean the house. It's like really dumb things, but I just think it's a really good time to spring clean, and
And it's good because you're doing something, and that reduces your anxiety level because you've done something.
correct,
It's not dumb at all. It's really helpful.
because part of my model, okay, I'll take you through my calm model. And the first one is to construct some routines to help you get through the day to day. Make a little list. It's like I've got a massive to-do list, starting off with the office, and then the kitchen, and then the bathroom, and sort of cleansing, if you like. Second thing is community. Reach out to reduce isolation and to also support others. So we're very blessed to have this technology where we can, I can Zoom with you, and you're in Canberra and I'm in Melbourne, and but also with friends and that sort of thing, phone calls or whatever it is, because if we can't physically be together, at least we can still chat. But also I've been reaching out to some elderly friends just to make sure, peace of mind knowing that someone is thinking of them, and also seeing if they need anything, because I think this is a great time to come together as a community and support each other.
You're reaching out to me now.
So when you construct some routines and really step into the community, then you're going to sit with more confidence about yourself and with what's going on and staying calm. And finally, with then if you convince yourself to stay positive, grateful, and to laugh at stuff, just sort of live in the moment, and then reach out to the community, you're going to be more connected, connected with yourself, connected with others, and connected in the sense of just being able to stay calm. And finally, when you're convincing yourself to stay positive, grateful, to find some joy and laugh in the days and construct some routines, you're going to have some clarity about living in the present moment and controlling your mindset, because everything is a choice. Then overall, if you're constructing, stepping into community and convincing yourself, overall you'll have greater control over your actions, your reactions, your thoughts and your feelings, because everything's about a choice, and we can choose to sit with fear and anxiety around all of this, and that's all about the unknown, and we've got no control over that, but we can control how we react and feel and act in regards to the situation right now, and just living in the present moment. So very, very important to be present and not step into that fear and anxiety about the unknown, because it's causing great, huge increase in mental health issues, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the depression.
Yeah, yesterday I went to an electronics shop. It's called J-Car. They have, bits and pieces. And the young girl serving me was clearly a smoker, and she had lots of tattoos on and so on. And I asked her, "Are you going to be open tomorrow?" She said, "I don't know." And you could see, that the look of really almost desperation in her eyes. Low education. She would Yeah. So it's hard to know. We still don't know what shops are going to be open. And is Bunnings going to stay open? There's no more sausages. That's a major disaster. I love the Bunnings.
Seedling day on Thursday, isn't it?
Life after, sausages at Bunnings, it's a major crisis, I tell you.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're all in this together, and no one's got any control over it, what's going on. And it's just, I know it's the frightening look in the small businesses around the corner, in the eyes of the owners, because it's going to get worse before it gets better, is what you said before. And that's why I think coming together as a community and supporting each other, it's going to be super important, because we just don't want to step into that fear and anxiety. Just stay as calm as we can. Get through it. It's not going to be easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, really important. And, the context is that the death rate from flu, which happens every year, is about 0.1%.
Oh, I thought it was higher.
This is globally. The latest study from the New England Journal of Medicine suggests that the death rate from COVID is about 1.4%.
Right.
So it's 14 times that of flu.
Yep.
So it's a risk for the immune compromised. It's a risk for elderly people. I'm certainly in an apparently a high risk age group. So the young people need to pay attention to this and take it seriously, because they can pass it on to people that are at risk.
Yep.
I hope your kids have got that message.
Yeah, they're self-isolated, doing online schooling. And as I've been saying to all my clients, it's just keep boosting your immune system. And I think we mentioned that last week. Vitamin C, Armour Force, whatever. And
zinc.
Yep. Healthy diet, really healthy diets. I think there's still lots of, although they've hiked up the prices, but fresh fruit and veggies in the supermarket. So
there's no shortage ever. Go to the toilet paper aisle, and there's not much there, but fresh fruit and veg, that's right.
Just good old basic.
It's the processed packet meals that seem to be, packet jars for pasta seem to be the biggest item that goes.
Pasta, rice, whatever. But I'm getting into baking, except there's a lot of the gluten-free stuff is all gone. When it first started, it was really good because gluten-free was fine, but now even the gluten-free flour is gone. So I want making do with what we've got. Be creative.
Definitely, and maybe you can think about getting a grinder.
You've got a grinder, haven't you?
There's lots of grinders available now. There's some quite small desktop ones that are about countertop ones. Quite small. My brother's got one, and if you have that, then you've got a lot more choice about what you can use for grains.
Well, I've got a Thermomix, so you can grind in that. So I know I've got
not really designed for grinding up grain, I have to say.
No,
it will burn it. Well, you need a stone. You need a stone grinder that grinds slow.
Right.
Doesn't burn the grain.
Yeah.
With a Thermomix, you can make lots of soups. It's good soup season.
Yeah, I know. It's just starting to turn. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm doing lots of baking today.
That's good. That's good.
Cool.
Keep it up, Sam.
Yes, well, I'm keeping calm and carrying on because,
that's
it's a choice. Good. Everything's a choice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, that's good. I think that's about all I've got for us today.
I just think the most important thing.
My hands have been so clean for as long as I can remember.
That's good. I just think just reduce this cabin fever as much as you can. Audio books are really good. Meditation is really good. Chatting with people, keeping yourself connected. It's really, really important as well. So, I cherish silence, but at the same time, it's important not to become too isolated within turning off from everybody else.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, keep safe, and we'll probably see you next week.
Okie dokie. See you later. Bye.